Hi everyone, Keegan here. I just wanted to pop in real quick and say thank you to everyone that supported us on social media over the last week after we launched. We really appreciate your attention and your time and telling other people that you know that might like the podcast, so we really, really do appreciate that. We are going to finish up this gelatinous cube or ooze arc, and then we are going to keep on trucking with new fun stuff. And just as a note, we are also putting these episodes on YouTube. So if you don't often keep up with podcasts or the download schedules, they should be up on YouTube every Tuesday, which is when we release every episode of the podcast. And that's just Fiction First on YouTube. Other than that, we are also on Twitter, Fiction First Pod. We'll be announcing new things there and, of course, posting whenever we have new episodes out. Speaking of Twitter, we're actually going to try something out there. If you want to tell your friends about us on Twitter and you use the hashtag #FictionFirst, just straight up like that, Fiction First, you'll get a chance to choose what the monster that the mystery is about for that arc. So yeah, hashtag #FictionFirst when you're talking about us on Twitter. Our handle is twitter.com/FictionFirstPod, all one word. Yeah, so again, just thank you to everyone. We've got some really fun stuff that we already have recorded that we're going to be releasing in the next coming weeks. Let me go ahead and do the preamble here. Last time on Fiction First. My name is Dr. Thomas Fields, and I'm here because I believe that you were witness to some of the strange events that have been going on last night, particularly involving a gelatinous cube of sorts. And you have this little bit of green, gooey slime in this cup.
Is it moving?
It starts to try and climb up the glass wall, but then it's unable to. It's unable to move much.
Okay.
You're safe, ma'am. We have handled the situation. You're fine for now.
She looks up to the glass. She's like, what's that? And Halwin, you notice that as this giant walk-in fridge door swings open, that the creature starts to recoil.
I was about to say
inside the glass.
It's like running as a little.
Yeah, as soon as you get within way of the cold air flowing out of it. A couple hours after you had the incident in the restaurant with the cube, with the ooze, the blob, what do you guys want to do with the information that you learned about its aversion to cold and anything else that's been going on?
Quick question: how much later is it? Because I am unstable.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You were unstable. Yeah, you took a pretty nasty.
I got burned.
Pseudopod burn. Couple hours, 3 hours. I think Frank could probably attempt to treat you over that period of time.
That'd be great.
Come here, fam. We're gonna rub some dirt on it.
Dirt and Windex.
Is that really all we can afford?
It's worked for my family for centuries.
Do you have a different physiology than I do?
In lacrosse, we spit on it.
I'd prefer the dirt.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So if you want to, do you roll for medic, right?
Yes. Roll plus cool.
All right. There we go. 2d6 plus cool.
Stay cool, Frank.
What's your cool?
3. So that is 11.
Wow.
You are good to go.
You're very good to go.
What does that do?
You are stabilized and healed of 2 harm.
What do you do to treat him? Are you really just rubbing dirt, or like what's that process like? Like how long does it take? This is a serious burn, and he was unstable. Like he needed serious attention.
Perhaps a salve. Yeah. Perhaps a salve of mud.
Of mud?
Water
and
dirt
other
mixture.
stuff.
With like a bunch of like slugs crawling in it.
But it does the trick.
Okay, so it's very like not like a medical treatment.
Yeah, no.
Just like
I have to like lay on my stomach for like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so back in your office with information that you have, what do you want to do with it? What's your plan?
Alright, so we know that it doesn't like cold. We know that it likes fire. I would propose, because, again, the dear Dr. Fields did tell us to capture it and return it to him alive. Well, we have this sample, which seems to be behaving of its own accord. So, done on that end. We have something to give him. But, obviously, the rest of the creature remains at large. So, I would say as long as we can hold on to this, we can outright destroy it.
It's a fair point. I didn't think of that.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Keep talking. How's the mud doing?
My face is like mashed into it. It's doing fine. Something's moving there.
No. That's just the healing.
I'm trying to get a look back there. Paxton, what's going on back there?
It's probably better if you don't know.
That's a good boy. All right, so you're saying we're cleared to go after it with everything we got.
As long as we can keep this small piece alive, that is.
Should we do tests on it?
Yeah, perhaps we can see if it is lured by something, and then we can lure this thing into a big ice rink.
We can try, but we need to be very careful. The last thing we want is two of these creatures about.
Paxton,
Yes.
how would you like to do some experiments on this thing?
I would love that. I got a D in science. I'm looking forward to bumping that up next semester.
Mm-hmm.
So I really need this extra credit. I think my professor would like this.
Yeah.
Is that how this works?
I mean, perhaps Halwin and Paxton could, do it together. Yeah, so maybe you could help each other with it, but I mean, if someone does want to make some sort of investigate roll...
I am interested in how it multiplies, so I would like to give it some paper and see what it does with the paper.
But you gotta pay it?
No. All we have in this office is paper.
crumpled up
I'm going
files.
to take some of our files
and records.
and feed it to this creature.
Yeah, so I mean, kind of... Because last we had it was in like cups, right? Like stacked, like glass
so
cups. But like you
really had no wiggle room.
do you want to keep it in there, or just like would you want to transfer it to some sort of other
Aquarium, perhaps?
an aquarium where some fish died a long time ago and you just never got rid of it?
If we've got an aquarium,
Sure.
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah, like a waterless aquarium where like there's just like one like anchor, toy anchor, like rusted anchor sitting in there.
You would think it was for lizards because it's so desolate, but there's toy anchors and stuff. So at one point it had fish.
Yeah. So dropping paper and kind of any sort of inorganic matter into there, the goo, the blob, just that the tiny bit that's in there just overcomes it and then like just starts to consume it and burn it away and basically decompose it. But when it's finished, the remains of whatever in there is just kind of there in the scattered form. It doesn't seem to grow any mass from it.
Okay, so it's not getting bigger.
perhaps it needs to be living matter?
Okay, new test. I have a new idea. It doesn't like cold, right?
Right.
Would seem.
Can I drop some ice on it and see what happens?
Yes, certainly.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
We do not have an ice machine.
All right.
Yeah, how does one come by ice in this semi-technological, magical fantasy-scape?
I think in well-to-do areas, in nice houses, in nice offices, there might be some sort of arcane ice-making tool. But I don't think you guys have one.
No, certainly not.
Can I run down to the bagel shop?
Yeah, I was going to
and see if
say.
they have-
Go down to maximum
premium,
rise.
maximum rise.
Can if you want
rush.
to go beg for an ice cube.
Yeah.
Just ask for a cup of
The
ice.
same guy
The same
who showed up 2 nights ago, beaten and battered from his encounter with a raccoon, begging for a bagel.
I'll be back.
Just, yeah, sure, yeah. So Paxton returns with some ice.
Okay. Okay, so I've got my cup of ice, and I don't really taunt it. I just drop it over and just clunk, like right on top of it, see what happens.
Yeah, it does start to dissipate the creature as soon as it lands.
Oh.
The ice cube itself does start to melt on impact with the creature.
Mhm.
But it does actually start to like separate and make this like big hole in the center of it, as it actually does kind of like start to split into some sort of 2 separate pieces and start globbing all around. But
Mhm.
like I said, the ice cube eventually dissipates from the sheer heat of the creature,
Mhm.
but it is immensely afraid of cold, and it is painful for it, and with enough, it would
Yeah.
certainly be dead. Cool.
So,
Anything else you guys want to pursue here?
Now where can we get enough ice, or potentially enough ice magic to destroy this thing?
Pax,
Yes.
question. Does that school of yours have a ice hockey team?
Yeah. They're not very good, but
Yeah. But they presumably have a home ice rink.
no, they actually play at the local Sharn minor league team stadium. It's just like a rec center.
Well, yeah, they do curling there also.
Yeah,
And other stuff like ice skating.
What is their mascot again?
It's actually just like a local ice skating rink.
Sharn State's mascot, the Sharny.
Shani the dinosaur.
What does the Sharny look like? I was going to ask you this actually at some point, so.
Sharny, he's like a leprechaun, but
Okay.
but smaller.
A small leprechaun.
Smaller.
Smaller, yeah.
So, he's a leprechaun. Our school colors are yellow and black, and
Okay.
he carries around a banjo.
I feel like this is offensive in some way, but I can't quite figure out why. But yeah, there is basically like a multi-use, multi-purpose ice rink that is available in the city for you to use.
Yep, it's a rec center.
Yeah.
So potentially lure the creature there.
That's what I got.
An ice rink.
While you're talking, the ooze has just kind of piled itself up into a corner of the fish tank, and just is like kind of like a bad like a broken like computer game character, just like moving in the corner like consistently, just like stuck, just like moving in the same direction all the time into a corner, just piling up.
I don't think it's smart.
Is it trying to regroup though?
I'm glad I thought of that. Let's take the aquarium with us.
All right, Paxton, can you pull the sled up?
Yeah. Vroom. It's here.
You could transfer it into another glass container.
Yeah, we probably should put it in something smaller.
You don't need to take the fish tank.
Do we have
it'd be nice to get this tank out of the office.
Do we have like a decanter or
Right.
something that would be like really hard for it to get out of?
Frank picks up the fish tank. Might as well.
So you're taking the fish tank and the source sleds
Yep.
to kind of just like track it using the ooze that's in there right now,
Right.
just
Yeah.
based on direction.
All
Okay.
Take a left.
I'm trying to see if there's going to be any
Yes.
move
Should we make a
required
roll for this?
it.
We didn't really think about what we were going to do when we found this thing. We just know we can find it.
We're gonna do some
Actually,
investigating of the situation.
Yeah. Second thoughts.
I was going to say, either way, I know we have the plan with, getting it to the ice rink. We should probably have a contingency plan in case that goes south or it doesn't go where we want it to or something. So again, I've got my whole net friends thing.
Mhm.
Would I potentially know like a black market magic items
Oh yeah,
dealer?
that sounds cool. I like that.
Drop me off in Broken Glass Way.
Broken Glass Way in Lower Dura, in the lower section of the towers.
Broken glass. What do you mean? The place where we dropped the globe
Your
earlier?
desk?
Every
We break a lot of glass. You gotta be more specific.
No, the actual alley named, the street named Broken Glass Way.
Cool. So you can go meet Halwin's, contact this shady black market magic item dealer. I don't know. Do you have any ideas on what kind of person that is, Mark? I've got a name, but
I don't know.
I can go with it if
I
not,
want him.
but-
I want him to be small, like a halfling or a
Okay.
gnome.
Is it Jeb again?
But terror
He
is
only deals with small people
Yeah.
because he can look down on them. I think a halfling might work
Mhm.
pretty good because the Boromar clan has a heavy presence in the criminal underworld.
Right,
and
right.
So maybe they were an offshoot of them or they just got in with them. So this individual's name is Lone, just like Loan, Lone. Yeah, so where do you want to meet them? Just in back behind a building somewhere? Or do you imagine that they have some sort of like front, some like office?
I'm sure he has a front.
Okay. Like some like a laundry place or something like that.
Okay.
And he's there, Lone, surrounded by like these two like giant ogre guards
Oh,
effectively
God.
behind him that look super,
Wasn't counting on that.
super imposing. Because like dealing in black market magic items, like, it's like a serious thing. Like, it's not worth a lot of money. So, like, he has, like, serious security.
Couldn't really think through the money part of this either.
What do you want from loan?
I want to see if he has any kind of, like, like sometimes magic items or like wands or rods or staffs might be imbued with a certain spell or something.
Yeah, definitely.
See if there's anything that's got like a ray of frost sort of thing, or a cone of cold sort of thing, or anything like that.
Nice.
Involved with it.
I like that. He has 2 items that kind of match that description. He does have a simple wand, a ray of frost wand, effectively. That has a certain number of uses and will just basically give you a casting of that spell. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a singular device. It's not like a huge effect necessarily, but it is significantly more affordable than the other option, which is an actual snow globe.
That's what I said we needed.
But it basically is kind of like a snow grenade, kind of in the sense where you throw it and you smash it, and it does a casting of this spell called Snillic's Snowball Swarm, which is just this large area of effect, basically like you're inside of the snow globe that just broke. So those are your 2 options right there. You definitely do not have the money
for either
snowball globe, for the snow globe. You don't have the money for the wand either.
Okay.
But he could give you an option to do favors for him in increasing intensity depending on what you want.
Okay. I would actually like to... Let's get some rolls going. I like to...
I'll tell you when to roll. I'm just kidding.
I would like to try to see, like, do I know... Because, again, I told you, Halwin, like, part of his whole thing is blackmail-y. Like, he wants to try to find out, like, he very much knows the importance of information and using it as a weapon. So, if there's anything I know about loan, or something that I know he specifically wants, or that he's specifically afraid of, or that he's...
Yes, so you want to use that to manipulate.
Ashamed of, people he loves, that sort of thing.
Absolutely. You heard something about him. What do you want it to be?
Oh, I don't know.
Depending on your role, it's going to be true, or he's not going to care.
He wears boots to look taller.
He pads his shoes.
Yeah.
Insoles.
Oh, let's see. So again, he's a halfling,
and
there are other gangs in the city, right?
Correct. Yeah, the Boromar clan of the halflings is the most dominant, but the second most dominant, the Dask or Dask, I'm not quite sure how I want to pronounce it. Yeah, probably Dask. Are monstrous races. So orcs, harpies that have come from a different nation, effectively, and are infringing on their territory.
Gotcha.
There's also a group called the Tyrants, which are shape changers.
Let's say that I heard he's been selling to the Dask.
Okay. I like that. So you're threatening to blackmail by informing the Boromar clan that he's dealing with their enemy.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, you're doing this alone, right? They brought you here, but you're not. Are you alone, or are you taking them with you into this situation?
I mean, if
you want some muscle,
I would say I'd like them with me, but I make it very clear, Pax, you are not to say a word.
Got it.
These people will gut you. All right?
Yeah. I mean, I always heard the best way to deal with a bully was to just not, so.
Very good. Excellent. That is potentially true.
Paxton's very good at turtling.
Yeah, there's probably like a saying in like Lower Dura that a good business deal requires a hidden blade. Like this is like a rough area. Like you're again like
I do have a rod.
The lower sections of the tower are rough. And Lower Dura is effectively deadwood. Like the Sharn like guard and the military like they don't go bother.
There. Yeah.
Like Boromar clan and like all the criminal organizations have total control. Like the powers that be do not bother policing this section. So like this is a dangerous place.
I'll walk in with you.
And minimal talking from you.
But I just let him know, like, I have my lacrosse stick, just in case things. I'm just going to keep that unholstered.
In case it gets froggy.
Yeah, do you want me to let them know that you crush bread too?
Nah, we'll save that.
Okay, so go ahead and roll to manipulate someone. So, and
we'll keep the bread thing on a meat to dough basis.
Yes, that's right. I can use my sharp instead of my charm to do that.
Right, all right, go for it.
So that is a 10.
Are you trying to get the wand or are you trying to get the snow globe?
Oh, I'm sorry. I really was wanting to try to get the snow globe.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Or at least if I can make it so he would, do a smaller favor to get the snow globe.
Yeah.
If he could just, slide that over on the sliding scale one, that'd be great.
I think you get the snow globe, but I would like to give you a choice for this, whether you want to
burn this bridge or not.
kind of to earn his ire to kind of make an enemy out of him, or to accept the smaller favor that he wanted you to do. Not necessarily that he will cut off business, because he's not going to do that, but if someone comes around looking for information on you, his lips would be a little
loose. I feel like Halwin would definitely know how this works in that regard. So, I want to hear out your small favor, Lauren.
He says that he will, one of his friends here, and he points to the two ogres behind him, that they will contact you tomorrow with the details.
Very good. Gentlemen, it seems our plans may be shifting along with our fortunes.
Yeah, we go on the attack.
Again, we still have to find it, so shall we? Back to the source land?
Zoom.
Well,
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
No. Okay.
Cool. So not quite zooming yet. When you get back to the source sled, there's someone waiting for you there.
Did youths steal the tires?
There's an individual leaning backwards, on kind of like with their arms crossed, like basically on like the hood of the source sled, effectively. Kind of like looking very casual.
Paxton's like,
sir, that is a 1998 source sled.
And it's this tall, like, elven individual with tan skin and this like long flowing mane of black hair. This individual is, decked out in this like silver plated armor.
Whoa.
Brings up a hand to run through his hair, and then you can see it's like scaled and cracked with this black chitin on it. And you'll see this flowing cape and this massive sword with like an eye in it. It's so much to take in visually.
Paxton, can't you see this poor fellow is tired and he does not know how to stand, so he needs to lean.
And the individual called us says, I am never tired. I have been looking for you all day.
And you did get tired of looking for us?
No, I found you, so I waited.
Oh, okay.
But I was still very vigilant the entire time.
You cut quite the figure there, friend. May we ask after your name?
Allegor.
What's your deal?
Al Gore?
Allegor.
Look, Al.
It's a very important name. My name is Allegor Ravenhand.
I wonder how you got that name.
Al Gore? I can't get over it. I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. We're good. Ravenhand. Got it.
That's fine. I like it.
And what can we do for you, Mr. Allegor?
You were looking for us?
Yes, the military contracted me to come help you out. They figured that you could need someone of my skills, my strength, and I'm here to help you. They put out a call for adventures, and I answered.
Oh, okay. So
we kind of got it wrapped
well,
up.
hold on, Paxton. I'm glad of your confidence. I like that, young man.
You can handle it, and he's playing. He unsheaths his sword, which is this one-handed sword, but it's like 6 feet long, effectively, and has these like serrated edges on it, and like he holds it up in the air, and then the eye on it like changes colors from yellow to blue to red, and you see it burst into fire and ice and electricity all at the same time. It says, "You don't think you need me?"
Well, perhaps we do. I just have one question. Are you getting paid out of our shares? The military paying you separately?
Separately.
Oh, okay, then all aboard, welcome aboard. I can't wait to work with you. I'm Frank. This is Pax. Halwin. We're glad to have you on board. We just figured out that we can follow this goo to the bigger goo, and we're gonna throw some ice at it.
I just want to remind you, I can tell if he's lying. Is any falsehoods coming off this guy?
No, certainly not.
Okay.
He hasn't said that much yet, but no, nothing's been false.
Wait, what about the part about him remaining vigilant as he was?
What about the part of him?
It was sincere. It was real. He speaks with utter self-importance the entire time.
Yeah.
It seems like the thought of lying would not cross his mind. As the sword starts to lift off, he kind of like points and says, "To destiny."
Yeah. Do tell us more of this destiny of yours. It's not one ending in a fiery doom, perchance.
No, a destiny of climbing mountaintops and slaying gods.
So I'm sure your resume is like pretty impressive.
Incredibly.
But have you ever seen a goo monster before?
I have seen some black puddings in the depths of dungeons that I have dealt with, but this one does seem to be rather large. I have killed many creatures.
We captured the goo.
This is true.
He kind of like nods politely,
Yeah.
but like he's not impressed at all.
Yeah, let me tell you about some cool stuff I did, Al.
And he's listening, and then at some point he just kind of like turns and just like stares off into the distance and towards the sun, like on the edge of the sword sled.
Yeah.
So he like hands on his hips.
Pretty much, yeah. Cool. So, where we go now? We're still following the goo?
Yeah, we're following.
Yes. I would like to help out as he's driving by following the goo. I would like to tell him which way to turn.
Yeah, I actually really don't think that there's a roll required for this.
Good.
I don't think there'd be anything interesting if we failed. So the goo eventually does continue to point you towards the lower sections of Dura, to some pretty seedy sections that some of you may have passed before, but it's still a fairly unknown place, except for potentially Frank.
I'm seedy. What can I say?
But eventually it does point you towards a sauna.
Oh, great. Turkish bathhouse.
Yeah, Russian
Kind of.
bathhouse.
Kind of, yeah, a very similar thing.
Gonna be smacking each other with juniper branches.
So it kind of points you to it on the outside, and you can kind of land the sword sled in the distance, and the goo just kind of points in that direction. This isn't really a place that probably any of you have ever been before, but it does appear to be a sauna, and by asking around or just by context, you can see that it is a sauna that is kind of owned and operated by the Boromar clan.
So it's in a seedy part of town, but it's probably pretty nice.
Like the exterior looks probably like garbage, but yeah, like inside it is like...
We get in there and
decked out.
there's like someone playing a harp, and there's like statues like peeing out water into it.
Maybe. I think
Glass.
I think when you go in, I think that there is a receptionist there that like kind of like asks you. I mean, what do you guys want to do here?
Yeah, let's go in. Let's
Yeah.
talk to this receptionist.
Yeah, no, it's this human gentleman that is kind of scrawny. I mean, kind of looks scared.
Yeah,
just like all the time.
Yeah. Hello, sir. How are you today?
I'm pretty fine comparatively. So do you have an appointment here? I have never seen you before.
Yeah, I flash him. We don't really have badges. What's the like? We have the sticker.
Yeah, I mean, the House of Thrash probably has some sort of emblem. You could flash him your dragon mark, actually.
Yeah, I flash him the dragon mark. I go,
Yeah.
We're after a certain, let's call him an individual, and we have reason to believe that he may be frequenting the sauna. I promise that he is not a part of your normal day-to-day business. We don't
you
want
start
any
talking
trouble.
about an individual person.
Yeah.
And
We don't want any
he's
trouble
like-
there.
He looks very frightened.
Yeah, no, I promise. We don't care what goes on here. We just don't want anyone to get hurt. And this thing might do some damage to your property and your people therein.
Incidentally,
Smart
there may be
words.
something wrong with the plumbing.
Yeah, do not go in there.
If you don't have any sort of appointment and you don't have any of our normal members vouching for you, I don't think there's any way that you can enter, and I don't think that you should stay around here much longer. That doesn't sound like a very good idea at all to me.
Well, we got this guy, and I point to Raven Hand.
Yeah, like it's probably. I imagine like a pretty small area, so you're all just kind of cramped in there.
Yeah.
He's just like,
And he's like,
hands on the hips, looking up.
and then yeah, Algor just like, we're here to slay the creature.
All
I'm
right,
getting
so
really confused right now.
yeah, I was trying to not scare you too much. It is a creature. I pull out. I guess I have the aquarium like on the floor. Like pull it up. I place it on this. I go. You see this goo? It's very scary goo. I take a mint from like the tray on the desk. I drop it in, and it catches on fire or something.
Uh-huh.
I go. We have reason to believe that the larger part of this goo is somewhere in this area. So unless you want a bunch of dead clients, I would suggest maybe closing down for some maintenance for an hour or so.
You can try to roll to manipulate someone here. It's going to be tough.
Alright.
Can I help out with his manipulate someone?
Yeah, depending on how it goes, yeah. Definitely.
Let's see how it goes. That's a 9.
Okay. So on a 9, he'll do it, but only if you do something.
Can I try to help out?
Yeah, actually, yeah. You can bump it up to a 10 potentially.
So yeah, I'm just like,
So he's kind of like waffling on, and he's like, we do thorough cleaning. We haven't seen any sort of goo or anything like that, and there hasn't been any reports of any damage or harm.
Listen, friend. This place gets its plumbing from the city, no doubt.
Yeah.
You know, there are things always moving there. We have reason to believe that the host, that fluids and so forth. We have reason that the host of this goo is moving through the area, and we have reason from our little friend here to believe that it is here. Now, just imagine how your bosses would feel if they knew that you had any inkling of this, and you don't seem the type who's very good at hiding what he feels or what he knows. So if something goes wrong, they see the look on your face. They start questioning you. That sounds like a bad situation for you, friend.
Go ahead and roll.
So this is help out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, 7?
What's a 7 on a help out?
I don't know.
Help grants them +1 to their roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger.
Great.
He goes, "You're not allowed inside this spa."
Yeah, so he's like, okay, what exactly do you want here? Do you want us to suspend operation for a little bit? But like, the people inside are going to be really angry, and these are not the type of people that I would make angry. Or do you just want to walk around?
I would say, let us take a look and do some investigating.
Yeah, no need to stop business until it's necessary.
If things hit the fan, I have a funny feeling your clientele will excuse themselves.
All right,
Yeah, this
well,
thing is gross. And
You haven't been in there.
A lot of hair. Just a lot of hair.
Like, just whatever you do, keep your eyes to yourself. So are you still like taking in the aquarium with the thing?
It's like my Ghostbusters, my little, what do they call that? The
Spectrometer?
So you can enter into the bathhouse, and like we were saying earlier, it is very nice inside. Columns and filigrees, and it's of course very humid inside. There are a lot of halflings walking around in towels, but some other individuals as well.
Couple without towels.
They all give you harsh looks as they kind of see you walk by, and it's really strange, like gathering of people.
Maintenance. No worries, just some normal maintenance.
Like Allegor draws a lot of attention, and so does the aquarium that you're carrying around here. And as you're walking, Allegor says, "These people are criminals. What are we doing here?"
We're following the ooze.
And you're just kind of wandering around and following the ooze, and it's kind of like increasing its intensity. It's getting like more and more excited the deeper you go in.
Oh, is Daddy near? I'm talking to it. I've grown attached to the ooze.
I don't think you can say that in this bathhouse.
Yeah.
Wait, is Daddy near, or I've grown attached to this?
Six heads pop out. You called? Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, both. No, can't say any of that. Yeah, and as you're walking out, like Allegor like has his hand like on his sword, on the hilt of his sword, like in the sheath, just like staring at all these people. Like he has a real problem.
Steady, Allegor. Another day.
We don't judge.
It's like, I'm sure no one would miss them.
No, but...
Yeah, but we got people that would miss us. I don't think we could take all of them.
He pipes down a little bit, but continues looking very serious and very angry. Like he has a huge problem with this. But eventually you do indeed get to kind of an abandoned pool towards the back corner of the place that has been completely emptied for some reason. No one's around because there's nothing going on here. It's empty. So, and the ooze is gesturing towards this drain there, effectively, in the middle of this pool.
Paxton, go remove the grate. Man, I love having an intern.
I'm gonna. So, how deep is this pool? How big?
How deep is this pool?
Is it like an Olympic size, like 20 feet deep?
I don't think it's that deep. I think it's sizable enough for just like a casual swim and a casual wade and stuff like that. And maybe it's designed for halflings, so it's actually not as deep as you would think.
Okay.
But it is kind of sizable lengthwise. It is pretty long.
Okay.
And it has like tiered steps on it and stuff like that lead into
And there's one like drain in the center of the pool.
One big drain. There's some on the sides either, as well, like on the inner walls, but one big one in the middle.
So I'm gonna tiptoe up to the grate and like peek over, like look down.
Yeah, it's currently open.
Oh, it's open.
Well, I mean, like there's slats in it that are open.
Mm-hmm.
Effectively, like you can turn it off, close it, and open it to keep the water in. But so you just want? What were you saying you want to do?
I was just peeking over and see if I saw anything.
You see darkness.
All right, so I'm gonna slowly bend down and grab it and yank real quick.
Okay.
Anything?
Go ahead and act under pressure for me, actually.
Okay. All right.
2d6. It's been a while, but
It's been a while.
6, but do I have anything?
You had your cool.
Oh, I have good cool, so that's a 7.
yeah. So a 7. You lift with your legs,
Mm-hmm.
and it catches for a second, and you kind of hear it give and go, and then just
All your lacrosse might.
Yep.
comes right off after that.
Okay.
And you're left still like looking down into this hole that's probably about 2 feet, 1.5 feet across. Just darkness. It goes down. At that point, you hear some voices from out behind you, as some halflings are gathering around. These kind of surly gentlemen with curly hair. One of them with this kind of bald spot coming up the top of his head. Kind of like steps up with towels, or towels are all around their waists, and sounds like, "What are you doing? This is our place. Who are you?"
We're trying to renovate this pool. We think we're gonna open it back up soon.
Yeah, just normal
We're not
routine.
renovating anything.
It's maintenance. Obviously, this pool is broken, right? We're fixing it.
I think we were cleaning it or something, but
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't
us.
order any maintenance. We do all that in-house. Who are you?
We're actually with the city. There seems to be a plumbing issue leading up to this very pool, and so
We're Sharn plumbers.
And the whole time, Algor is like whispering, like, "Can I kill them? Can I kill them, please?" Yeah. So effectively, as of the result of that last mixed success, these guys are like not gonna buy that you're plumbers or that you're like inspectors or something like that, because you are in a criminal den. Regardless of any potential excuse you could give them, they're not going to be okay with it. So
All
what do
right,
you wanna
fellas,
do?
listen, I'm going to level with you. We were trying not to cause panic in your establishment out of respect for what you do here.
respect
Come into my den.
Have you heard about...
to my path.
You gentlemen are knowledgeable. I'm sure you've heard of the gelatinous cube that's murdering people all around the city, causing terror and despair in its wake.
Maybe we have.
Yes.
Someone else pipes up. There's like 5 guys gathering around right now.
I was waiting for the guy. The guy.
Well, we have a little bit of that cube here, as you can see in this aquarium, and has led us here. These things are attracted to warmth, and it seems like you're about to have a big problem in a bit. We didn't want to cause trouble here if it was not needed, but we are trying to stop this creature from doing any further damage to your establishment with respect.
We're helping you. Like we're trying to take care of a problem before you have one.
All right. I think Frank
Spoken like a good plumber.
Yeah.
I think Frank can roll to manipulate someone. It's certainly a fair reason, but like they like do not care.
Yeah.
Like they may believe you, they might not, but they do not like anyone being here that's not supposed to be here.
Oof. That's a 5.
Oof.
Fake's not very charming.
No.
You can luck it,
Oofa-doofa.
or you can mark experience.
I'm gonna mark experience.
Nice. Gonna grind out some XP.
So selfish.
Yeah. So for your failure and for your efforts, and with respect, you do mark an XP for that failure. And I'm so glad that you did not choose luck.
Tell us why.
One of them like reaches into the side of their talon, pulls out like a sap, like a little like bludgeoning weapon. Actually, I think all of them just pull out saps from their towels.
You keep those in your towels?
Yeah.
Where do they hide
Is
them?
that a sap in your towel? Are you happy to see me?
They're sappy to see you.
Yeah, and then they start to take like aggressive posturing position. Algor's like, "All right, we're doing this," and he pulls out this massive sword, and then like the eye turns red, and then just like starts spreading fire all over them. He goes in, and just like charges and jabs the sword right into a guy's chest.
Non-lethal!
Oh, he's so lethal. He just like runs him right through, and he's like smiling like crazily, and like he's like whips it out, and there's like blood all over him. And he starts like chasing these halflings, and they start running away. And it's like, to glory! And he starts slashing over and over and chasing people out, and they all run out. And he just, like, follows them out the door.
I picture the three of us just standing there.
Yeah, we're just standing here.
Gobsmacked.
Yeah, jaws drop.
Uncle
Yeah,
Frank,
no, like,
I've never seen a man die before.
yeah, so, like, there's just, like, this one dead halfling, the one with the red hair and the bald spot that's just, like, dead on the ground in the sauna, and everyone else is
everyone's
run
gone.
as this madman has started charging through the sauna, killing people.
Well,
Oh my god.
that works for me. Now we have some room to work. Paxton, could you get the door? I don't want to be interrupted again. Here, take my handkerchief.
His stuff is like not in his body anymore.
Yeah. Go ahead, close the door for now. And while he's closing the door, I'm gonna take the body and I'm gonna drag it towards the hole.
I was about to suggest that.
Yeah, and then, like, I think you have to, like, kind of, like, pat it down, because, like, if there's cinders, like, burning across of it from the fire sword.
Well, no, I think the warmth might draw the creature as well.
Okay, sure, yeah, so you kind of have to drag him and be careful of the flames.
Why did we agree to this, and why did the military send him?
But listen,
That's
I'm not
typical
one.
adventurer behavior.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Murder hobos?
This is what happens.
Murder hobos with a sense of destiny?
Yeah,
Are we not PCs in this game?
Murderfest Destiny.
You're the side quest that they popped in.
Are we NPCs in someone else's D&D campaign?
Are we the NPCs?
I'm so shaken right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Cool. Yeah, so you drag the dead halfling towards the drain. What was Paxton doing?
I was having him, like,
Close the
try and
door.
close the area.
Yeah, close
off.
the door.
And he's
kind of,
crying.
Like, make
I was giving him a purpose. So
yeah,
he
no,
would
you
move.
get him away from the carnage, and everyone is gone. And, like, as you kind of, like, go and, like, the doors open, you kind of close in, you just see the person at the front desk, like, staring at you, like, with utter, like, terror in his face. I was like, he's, like, white as a sheet.
I'm glad he's still alive. I had a feeling he was going to be, like, pinned to the wall.
No, not that harsh.
Are we dropping this body down the drain?
So the body is near the hole.
Yes, it is. And nothing happens immediately. But over time,
I dangle a foot over the hole.
I clap.
right. Paxton's still working under the assumption that it's attracted to noise.
In a metropolis.
Or maybe it's just kind of like a shocked, like he's in shock, like just like. Yeah, eventually you do kind of hear this slurping sound.
Slurping. I like it.
Coming up from the drain, from the darkness. And eventually you do start to see the same substance, that ooze, start to creep out.
Quick, drop the grenade in.
Ooh, drop the grenade in the hole! Fire in the hole!
Is it, but it's like taking up the hole, isn't it?
Right now there's just a little bit coming out. There's
Okay.
just like on one side, there's like one little arm coming to
So
like
my
grab
understanding of what the spell will do.
Did you give me the grenade, or do you have it?
I was going to say I'm planning on giving it to you because I feel like you probably have better rules.
You need this.
But,
This is the part of the detective agency I take care of.
Yeah. Hand you some and say, give me the tank.
Yep.
I take the tank. I rush over to Paxton. Paxton,
What?
are you emotionally capable of holding onto this?
I think so.
I don't like that. I set it on the ground right next to him.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, I'm gonna take the globe and I'm just gonna...
Like it was just like latched onto this halfling's like leg and starting to pull him down. But
Yeah.
I was like, wait for it to come out of the drain, and I'm going to run and grab the halfling. You said his foot was the part that was dangling over, right? I'm going to grab it by the arms and start trying to like
Drag it.
lead
pull it away.
Yeah, so trying to get
So
the
that
entire,
okay.
trying to get the entire cube
Ooh.
out in the open.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can drag him without too much effort, and kind of like the arm of the creature like breaks away in this attempt to catch up, and then very slowly it does start to keep pouring out, coming up. It's the part where it's coming out just like whole globs and like cylinders and like tubes just like spewing out from this pipe, and then just like mixing and forming into itself and kind of building and building. And it gets to a point where it's like about to touch the ceiling, and there's still more coming out.
I go, it's now or never.
And there's still...
Yes, there's still more.
Nice to meet you.
But we need to get it out.
Stay cool.
Throw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freeze.
All right, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I was trying to remember everything he says in
Yeah,
that
get
movie.
that easy one out of the way.
The Ice Age.
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna be a kicks and ass roll.
Yeah.
Good, because
Using the
Kicks
creature's known weakness.
that's why I wanted you to do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
brother.
What is it right now?
It's a 5.
Ooh.
Dang. We need to get it up to...
I'm gonna use some luck.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good decision.
So we are trapped in this room with the cube.
Yeah, no,
This is time where it's...
Yeah, I think that's a perfect option.
Should we perhaps let the listener know what luck does?
Yeah, I think we may have talked about it before, but we can definitely go through it again. And just that luck, it's an expendable resource that you have. You only have certain number 8, maybe 7 or so. 7 uses of it. And it gives you an automatic success. So instead of that 5, Frank is going to do it with a full success on that. And, but if he uses all,
I'm tough.
Exactly. It's kind of a way that you can make sure that your character is able to do the things that you need them to do. You can also use it to reduce harm when you take harm. But and once Frank uses all of his luck points, then bad stuff happens. You are doomed, and bad stuff's going to start happening a lot more often. But in this instance, for your extra effect on the Kick Some Ass, what do you want?
Ooh, yeah. But,
you have the option to gain advantage, so taking +1 forward on the rolls, or giving a +1 forward to someone else. You can do more harm. You can suffer less harm.
let's inflict double the normal harm.
Cool. I like
that. That's the advance.
That's okay. I mean, you can do the inflict terrible harm, which is +1.
There we go.
Harm.
Let's do that.
Cool. So, like, where are you aiming it for? Like, saying it's still pouring out of, are you
dead center? Like
center,
they teach you in school.
Center mass.
Center mass.
Center mass. All right, yeah. I imagine
that's how they teach you with grenades as well. Center mass.
I imagine he just like throws it like a baseball, like a fastball.
Yeah.
It's just this like beautiful snow globe, this intricately detailed magic item that just soars through the air in like slow motion and just impacts the cube as it's forming into this giant 8-foot tall mass. It just like does that like ripple effect as it bounces all across. And then it's sort of like you like throw it too hard and then just like bounces off the creature and then just like shatters on the ground.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then just this flurry unleashes. The snowstorm of individual perfectly sculpted snowballs that look like they're from a cartoon just start whirling around in the air.
Everybody duck!
Yeah.
I stop dragging the body and I run back over and pick up the fish tank.
Yeah, like you're starting to fill this room, but you're able to kind of like get away from safety for the most part. And they just start pelting the cube one after the other, like burning holes into it. If the creature could scream, it would. It's like vibrating. It's like sizzling and it's vibrating and it's pulsing. Like it's just like shaking jello. Eventually the chunks of it are starting to be, are being broken off, and the parts that break off just like kind of fall dead. On the ground. They don't try and move and combine with itself again. It just lies there motionless. Frank, I think you get a little bit too close to it, because you do still take some harm from this. So you're gonna take 2 magic harm from these snowballs as you were the closest one and just got pelted a couple of times. Like maybe when you were a child. Getting hit with snowballs. In the streets of Sharn.
Are these like snowballs that like someone put in a freezer?
Sure, yeah.
Like these are just rude snowballs.
Probably, yeah. They do a little bit of extra damage. And, so the creature effectively, for the most part, severs and scatters. It almost like there was an explosion, but it's just like the remnants of an explosion as there's just like goop all over the ground in separate pieces. Very quickly though, right at the end, after everything kind of dies down and the spell wears off, you do see what looks to be a little bit of motion still slinking back into the pipe.
Glass, anybody?
We have the aquarium.
Let's use it.
Yeah.
Is it already in the drain? Or?
It's moving towards it. It's not there yet.
Okay.
It's like on the cusp.
Then you're gonna turn it upside down?
Yeah, chop it. How else
before it gets there? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll hand that to you. I'll let you do that.
You do still have the ooze that's in the glass now.
Yeah,
so I just want to make sure that we're aware.
That's why I didn't turn it like sideways and wait, because
Sure. It's a aquarium, so you probably can't like slam it. So just very gingerly, kind of like just go like set it down real quick around it.
Yeah.
And it does manage to trap it before it gets into the pipe itself.
Nice.
The 2 oozes that are inside kind of like merge and swirl up, and then just form this very tidy, very neat cube in the inside.
Aww.
That just kind of plops around and again tries to like stick to the sides and climb up. But it's fine. So it'd probably be like we land on like you containing it mixing into this one singular cube. All that seemingly remains from the creature is inside this fish tank. And then we can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off. And then you can just straight cut to where like the entrance of the sauna is like taped off like guards are walking.
Oh, that's right. This is like a TV show. We don't have to do the minutia. Great.
No.
I love it.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with it every moment. So yeah, so the place has been blocked off by the military. They're like guys in like weird like fantasy evac suits, like coming in to like hazmat suits to kind of like make sure it's clean.
They've got those crazy masks that like doctors used to wear.
plague doctor masks.
Yeah, definitely. And what do you guys want to do with the halfling body? Like, you just want to let them handle it? What do you guys?
I want to make sure they know that that was their boy.
Okay, sure, yeah. So I mean, let's just cut that Dr. Fields is there.
Yeah, Dr. Fields, question. Does the name Allegor Ravenhand ring any bells to you?
I think so. I think he's one of the many adventurers that we hired.
Trust me, you'd remember him. Yeah, if you met him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a loose cannon.
I think that they all are, for the most part.
That's true.
Yes.
But that body in there, I mean, you can, if you want, you have 3 witnesses, but you can also just say it was the creature. Who am I to say how you do your job? With respect.
With respect.
Yeah, so if Allegor did indeed murder this individual in cold blood, then we will certainly bring him to justice.
Well, he has a weapon in his hand.
Yeah, he was provoked. They did pull out tree sticks and try to attack us.
Well, we will have to deal with that in fantasy court.
Yeah. However you want to litigate that, you litigate away.
Yeah, we'll do that off screen. He will be blacklisted from working with the Brellish military. Aside from that, what happened here?
Whose story do you want?
Do we want
whatever the truth is?
We have to talk to each other about what the truth is real quick. Hold on one second, sir. No.
Okay.
All right, do you want Halwin to do the talking?
Honestly, I think I can do it.
All right, Halwin, you want to let it's time to
shine?
shine?
You know what? Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm itching for love.
Field actually looks like kind of intrigued by that. Kind of like
let's see what this kid has to say.
Because like he talked to him earlier, where like Pax just like held his hat.
Yeah. Pax started to say something, and then he just goes, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah, he's kind of bemused, and he's like, "Okay, Paxton, please go ahead."
So, our discovery of the ooze led us to. Wait, do you want me to start from the beginning? At what part do I start?
This is what happened here at the sauna.
Oh, here? Okay, so we show up at the sauna. We figure out the ooze was trying to connect with the bigger part, so we had the small part in an aquarium. We show up. The man at the front desk, he was a little guy. He didn't want to let us in. We convinced him. We came back here. Everybody.
Less details, Paxton,
okay.
Please. Less details. What happened with the ooze?
We get to the pool. The ooze was in the pool drain. I went up and opened it. It started to come out, once there was a body. We'll talk about the body at another point. So it came out, and we used a snowball weapon to murder most of it. Mm. And we have what remains left in this aquarium, and I think we win.
Indeed, we win. Very good, Paxton.
He looks kind of confused. Says snowballs.
Yes, the creature has quite the aversion to cold.
Cold?
Yeah, it doesn't like the cold. Loves the heat, though, so definitely no touchy with the fire.
I don't know why I never thought of that, but that's good to know. We will take whatever is left of the creature. We do want to learn a little bit about it and where it came from, but then we will put it on ice. We will have the payment sent to you very shortly.
I kind of go up to him real close to shake his hand, and say, Dr. Fields, a military biologist, comes and, asks us to capture a creature alive and has intelligence that they can't tell us. A more suspicious man would make something of that, but, it's good to see a job, well completed and all loose ends tied. Would you agree?
I do agree. Suspicion is a natural part of our line of work. It can sometimes be an end point for many careers, though. And let's leave it at that.
Can I have a letter of recommendation?
Absolutely not.
Well, it was wonderful to see you, boys. Anyone in the mood for ice cream? Celebrate a job well done. There we go.
Snow cones with drizzled colors on the front of them.
I want green.